Hi everyone. In this video I will summarize the history, rules, key stages, major changes, and current issues of tax reform in Indonesia. Why reform was needed? In the early 1980s, Indonesia relied heavily on oil and gas revenue. Falling oil prices created budget shortfalls. The government needed a more stable, domestic revenue base to fund development and public services. Reform aimed to modernize the tax law, increase the voluntary compliance, simplify administration, and broaden the tax base. Key stages of reform. 1983 reform, a full national package of laws introduced the self-assessment system and replaced colonial-era rules. Important laws enacted included general tax procedures, income tax, VAT, land tax, and stamp duty. 1994 and 1997 UPTs, further legal changes simplified tax types, lowered some rates, introduced final income tax regimes, and regulated regional taxes and retributions. 2000 onward, continued modernization focused on administrative efficiency, taxpayer services, and enforcement. Latter packages addressed harmonization and digitalization. Recent step, the 2020 harmonization of tax regulations law updated rules to improve compliance and adapt tax policy to current needs. Major changes and features. Self-assessment. Taxpayers calculate and report their tax liabilities, introducing trust but requiring stronger compliance systems. VAT implementation, replaced older sales taxes and broadened consumption taxation. Improved services, digitization and taxpayer education have streamlined fillings and payments in recent years. Ongoing challenges. Tax debt and compliance, informal economy size and tax evasion still limit revenue potential. Complexity versus simplicity, balancing detailed rules for enforcement with the need for simple, understandable regulations. Recent policy trends. Digitalization, e-filing, invoicing, and improved online services aim to reduce error and increase compliance. Harmonization, aligning tax rules across different laws to reduce conflicts and uncertainty. Understanding this history helps explain today's tax rules and the government has ongoing efforts to create a fairer, more reliable tax system. Additional segment, examples, practical functions, and FAQ. Real-world examples. Income tax, employees pay a portion of their salary. Governments use this for national priorities like defense and social security. VAT, follow the tax added to most purchases. Businesses collect VAT from consumers and remit it to the government. Property tax, homeowners pay annually based on property value. Local councils use it for street maintenance and schools. XGC, target on specific goods like tobacco and fuel to discourage consumption and raise targeted funds. Practical functions of tax. 1. Revenue function, main source of government income to fund public goods and services. 2. Redistribution function, progressive taxes and social spending reduce inequality. 3. Regulatory function, taxes can discourage harmful activities, e.g., high tobacco XGC. 4. Stabilization function, fiscal tools, tax cuts or interests, help manage the economy during booms or recessions. Common problems and taxpayer rights. Problems, tax evasion, complex rules, unfair burden on low-income groups, and compliance costs. Rights, taxpayers have the right to clear information, privacy, fair treatment, and appeal procedures. Obligation versus service, paying tax comes with the right to demand transparency and quality public services. Quick tips for taxpayers. Keep records of income and receipts. Understand which taxes apply to you, income, VAT on purchases, property. Use official channels for payments and ask for receipts. Seek professional help for complex cases or disputes. VAT, follow the tax added to most purchases. Businesses collect VAT from consumers and remit it to the government. Property tax, Homeowners pay annually based on property value. Local consumers use it for street maintenance and scores. XGC target on specific goods like tobacco and fuel to discourage consumption and raise targeted funds.